at some point in our lives, we all experience a quiet, lingering realization. We are fragile. We live in a constant state of decay, watching our time, our energy, and our clarity slowly slip through our fingers. And so, the human mind naturally embarks on a desperate search for something permanent, an elixir, a legacy, a state of mind that cannot be touched by suffering. We long for our own version of immortality. Yet, in our modern attempt to secure peace and happiness, we often make a fundamental mistake. We expect the journey towards wisdom to be clean. We imagine that peace is something simply handed to us, a treasure waiting at the surface of a quiet life. But ancient philosophy has always warned us of a harder truth. Before you can reach the nectar of understanding, you must first survive the poison of your own existence. In ancient traditions, the universal struggle is captured in a legendary epic, the churning of the cosmic ocean. The story begins not with the grand war, but a simple act of human flaw, pride. Indra, the ruler of the heavenly realms, is gifted a sacred garland, a symbol of grace and respect. But lost in his own arrogance, he carelessly lets it drop to the ground, where it is trampled into the dirt. In that single moment of disrespect, a curse takes hold. Light dims across the realm. The forces of order lose their vitality, their strength fades, and their rivals, the forces of chaos and destruction, take control of the universe. It is a profound psychological metaphor. Whenever we allow ego, comfort, or arrogance to govern us, we lose our inner strength. We become depleted, out of balance, and vulnerable to the very shadows we spend a lifetime trying to avoid. Desperate to regain their lost power, the weakened rulers turn to Vishnu, the cosmic preserver, the embodiment of balance and wisdom. But his solution is neither simple nor comfortable. He tells them they must churn the vast, infinite ocean of existence to retrieve Amrit, the golden nectar of immortality. However, there is a catch. The task is far too vast to accomplish alone. To churn the ocean, they must do the unthinkable. They must make a temporary peace and ally with their greatest enemies, the forces of chaos. To build their cosmic machine, they take a massive mountain to act as a churning rod and wrap a giant serpent around it to serve as a rope. The forces of order pull from one side, the forces of chaos pull from the other. To keep the mountain from sinking into the sea floor, Vishnu manifests as a colossal sea turtle, holding the immense weight of the mountain on his back. To transform our inner world, we cannot simply suppress our darker impulses, our anxieties, or our history. True integration requires us to recognize that growth is a tension between opposing forces. The light and the shadow within us must pull the same rope if the ocean of the mind is ever to yield its depth. As the cosmic churning begins, the ocean trembles violently. But the first thing to rise to the surface is not the golden nectar of life. It is Halahala, a lethal, suffocating poison, so potent, its black fumes threaten to destroy all of creation. This is perhaps the most critical lesson of the entire allegory. When you begin to do deep work on yourself, whenever you decide to heal, to meditate, or to confront your life, the first thing that resurfaces is rarely peace. It is your unresolved trauma, your repressed anger, your deepest fears. The poison always emerges first. In the legend, creation is saved by Shiva, the great ascetic deity of transformation. Stepping forward in ultimate compassion, he drinks the deadly poison himself, holding it safely in his throat so it never reaches his core. The venom turns his neck dark blue, earning him the title of the blue-necked one. To achieve true maturity is not to live a life free of pain, but to acquire the capacity to hold suffering gently. to process life's toxicity without letting it poison your soul. Only after the poison is contained does the ocean begin to yield its true riches, gifts of prosperity, wisdom, and beauty. Finally, the divine physician emerges from the waves, holding the golden vessel of the nectar of immortality. Yet immediately, chaos erupts. The forces of darkness snatch the vessel and flee. In a brilliant master stroke of strategy, Vishnu transforms into Mohini, an enchanting figure of supreme grace and intellect. Captivated by her presence, the forces of chaos willingly hand over the vessel, allowing her to distribute the nectar back to those who will protect the balance of the universe. We often spend our lives waiting for peace to arrive effortlessly, but the ancient story reminds us that peace is not something found in the shore. It is something churned from the depths of our own experience. If your life currently feels heavy, turbulent, or filled with friction, perhaps you are not failing. Perhaps your ocean is simply being churned, and if you can bear the poison of process, the nectar will eventually follow.